Ladies and gentlemen, Amazon is buying up some of the failed malls in the country and converting them over to Amazon warehouses. So this came out in the Wall Street Journal August 9th, 2020. Amazon and mall operators look at turning Sears, JCPenney stores into fulfillment centers. The largest mall owner in the US has been in talks with Amazon.com Inc. The company many retailer denounce as the mall industry biggest disruptor to take over space left by ailing department stores. Simon Property Group Inc. has been exploring with Amazon the possibility of turning some of the property owners' anchor department stores into Amazon distribution hubs, according to people familiar with the matter. Amazon typically uses these warehouses to store everything from books and sweaters and houseware and electronics until delivery to local customers. The talks have focused on converting stores formerly or currently occupied by JCPenney Company Inc. and Sears Holding Corp. These people said the department store chains have both filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection and, as part of their plans, have been closing dozens of stores around the country. Simon Malls have 63 J.C. Penney's and 11 Sears stores, according to the most recent public filing in May. It wasn't clear how many stores are under consideration for Amazon, and it is possible that the two sides could fail to reach an agreement, people briefed on the matter said. Talks reflect the intersection of two trends that predicate the pandemic, but have been accelerated by it: the decline of malls and boom in e commerce. All right, so there is some audio here. Let me see if I can play this. Yep.
Sleepy retail spaces. You got a lot of vacant land sitting there that's not generating taxes for the county. Anytime a property of that size is abandoned and not being used, it's a problem. But today, the industrial sector is moving to claim that valuable land. The e-commerce giant Amazon is planning an expansion in the state of Ohio. Two of their newest facilities will occupy land that previously featured shopping malls. One is at the former site of the Randall Park Mall. Another will rest on land previously occupied by the Euclid Square Mall. These acquisitions mark a shift in the real estate market. As brick-and-mortar retailers continue to close, Amazon is among those industrial players who are looking to snap up that real estate. So, why is Amazon so keen to buy the malls that they help put out of business? For starters, lots of free space. Amazon's fulfillment centers are enormous. Their footprints can reach to hundreds of thousands or even millions of square feet. The suburban shopping malls built in the late 20th century similarly were quite large. For example, the Euclid Square Mall occupied about 650,000 square feet of land. The Amazon Fulfillment Center in Euclid is larger, spanning roughly 855,000 square feet.
It's a large site. There are not very many sites that large available in Northeast Ohio.
Fulfillment centers need that extra space. They store products for small businesses who want to sell their wares on the Amazon platform. According to the fulfillment supplier ShipBob, this gives smaller businesses greater delivery abilities without the headache of a massive operations expansion. Meanwhile, Amazon gets to offer more options for quick delivery to customers. Reason number 2, malls were typically built near large population centers. Amazon is rapidly expanding fulfillment centers to get packages into your hands faster. This is done by storing goods closer to centers of population. Consumers, you and me, have become accustomed to getting whatever we want from an online purchase very, very quickly. And the problem with that is that in the places people live, there tend not to be very many warehouses.
Check out this map of Amazon's new Ohio locations. Now, I'm going to add population density data. The darker the color, the more people live here. You can see it. The fulfillment centers are on the outskirts of notable metro areas.
We're an inner ring suburb of Cleveland. We're located just east of the city of Cleveland.
When the American suburbs were developed in the mid-20th century, malls were designed as centerpiece hubs of life. They were built as close to the residential population as possible. For example, the residential communities in Euclid are just a short drive away from the old Euclid Square Mall site. Because land uses are typically separated here, malls weren't typically built inside the boundaries of residential neighborhoods. They were instead built near highway interchanges, which brings us to another major reason why malls can make great fulfillment centers: proximity to the highway.
The Euclid Square Mall site is located pretty much right in the center of the city of Euclid. It was built in the late 70s. I think that was a trend, trying to locate malls close to freeways, basically.
Fulfillment centers are only a stop along the journey for any Amazon delivery. Packages can leave fulfillment centers and head straight to the post office or to a nearby sortation center to complete the final leg of its journey. According to CBRE Group, shortening the distance of this last mile will make for faster, cheaper delivery. So, proximity to major arterial roads and highway exits can make for efficient business. Further, shopping malls typically boast prominent stops along major bus routes. This can translate to better access, especially for lower income workers who may not have the means to afford personal transport. Reason number 4, infrastructure is already in place. Any mall development will already have sewer, water, and gas lines.
The main advantage is they can move more quickly, and they can be up and running faster. Most of everything else that was needed was already in place.
In the case of the Euclid Mall, the site borders 2 rail lines, which Amazon is currently not using, but could easily begin to if it wanted. Amazon's acquisition of 2 malls in Northeast Ohio ties in with a bigger trend. Analysis from CBRE Group reveals 23 similar transfers from brick-and-mortar retail space to new industrial uses across the country.
We've had an extraordinary demand cycle since the recession ended in 2010. Industrial real estate tends to do very well in economic expansionary periods, and the way an e-commerce supply chain is built, it requires significantly more real estate. It tends to require more locations, which has absorbed almost all of the available supply in the market. There's demand for industrial warehouse space in places that warehouse spaces just do not exist.
The CBRE analysis shows 7.9 million square feet of retail converting into 10.9 million square feet of industrial space. That new development reflects a major change in the way that we buy, sell, live, and work.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look, if the buildings are sitting there, there's technically nothing wrong with them taking it over. And it will also create jobs in those areas. And I know even in my state, Amazon is hiring like crazy. They are, and their locations are just growing and growing. And fulfillment, I can imagine it's going to be up, especially with the upcoming holidays where people, well, who knows what Christmas is going to be like in the United States. I don't know, that's really iffy. I can see less money being spent easily, but fulfillment is necessary because of so many people unemployed, but they can take their unemployment money, and rather than going into a store, they can do a lot of their shopping online and just have everything delivered to their door. And that is a big thing that's happening. And in my opinion, that's going to continue to be the way, especially these next couple of years, because I really don't think they're going to resolve COVID, y'all. I don't believe they're going to be resolving it. And if they do, it won't be anytime soon. By the time they do, the damage will be done. It's practically done now. So y'all tell me what you think. I mean, Amazon is cropping up everywhere across the country. So the fact that they're eyeing malls, and, I looked at a couple of different articles, look like right now they're eyeing about 11 different locations where there was a J.C. Penney or Sears, and taking over those spots as distribution centers. And I'm sure that number will grow in the coming years. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.